Yes, I can.
All right, great. Just this second. Let me drag this to a bigger screen. Can you still see it? Sorry?
I can.
Okay, great. All right. All right. So ideally, this all the items here are called backlogs, right? And the backlog means that items that you want to work with. And if you watch the last class, you see what I mean. So backlogs are items that you want to typically just so all the issues. So for example, if I say item backlogs are all the things that you need to do on that particular project, on that particular topic. So if I say, so this would be class 5, and then as a project manager, right? And then if I open this, and then it's going to open to the side, and it's going to ask me what I want to do, right? So it's going to ask me who I want to assign it to. Sorry, yeah, so it's going to ask me who I want to assign it to the sprints. So sprint 1, what's the story point sizing? So and then we'll go through a lot, all of these things as you go along. Right? So that is what that's what the backlog is. So you can see now that so for example, so if I go here back here and I say descriptions and I say as a project manager, I want to be able to see all the clock-ins and clock-outs, the stretch, right? At a stretch, right? And then I'm going to, let me just adjust this, and then I'm going to save this, right? Then I'm going to assign it. Usually, if I click here, I should have a lot of people. So for example, if I go to project settings, and then I now go to, should be an option for people, except this version doesn't have it. So there's a place where you can add add people, right? So for example, if we're on the same team and I'll just go here, your name is just going to come up and then I'll just assign that particular task to you. Or your engineer's name is going to come up, right? And then you just assign that particular task to that particular engineer, right? And then it's going to ask me for a sprint. So if I say class sprint 1, because I want to move it up, right? And then story point estimates for estimating, right? In Agile, we have different types of estimates. Let me pull this so you can spot them. Going to share and share. Let me know if you can see my notepad. Can you see my notepad?
I can.
So Agile size. So we have extra small, we have small, we have medium, we have large, just like your t-shirt sizing, right? And then we have extra large, right? Typically, your extra small will probably take you like maybe like 6 hours or 1 day to fix. Right? Small will probably take you like 1 to 3 days. Medium will take you 3 to 5 days. Large will take you 5 to 8 days, and Excel will probably take you 2 weeks, right? So when you take a look at the task, right? This task here, these things that we have here, all these sprints and then all of this. When you take a look at it, you now ask your engineers, how long will this take you to fix? Right, that is where this comes in. So they now tell you, Tommy, it's going to take me 3 hours. It's going to take me 1 day. So once you have that, so what you now come here and then say you can now say small, right? Or you just put days instead of small. So you just do um sorry, just a second. Apologies. Just a second, sorry. Sorry, back. All right. So as I was saying, so you have all of this here, then you now say story point estimate 3, right? And then you save, and then you can see that this has adjusted. I now have 3 story points here, right? So you have all of that as you go along. The other thing you would also want to do is, so assign, you put your sprint, and then you do your story points as well. At the bottom here, you can always add comments, maybe when someone fixes something and is still giving an issue. So I can say, hey, Tommy, I have fixed this, and this needs to go to QA to fix, right? And then I save. If I refresh this page, can you see what has happened to me? Are you still with me?
I'm here.
Yeah, can you see what has happened?
No, I didn't see that.
Okay, so we had this as a project manager down below here. So it has moved up. Do you have an idea why it has moved up?
No.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, I was saying that ideally, we had this at the bottom here, this as a project manager. We created this here,
Yes.
right? Now you can see that it has moved up. Any idea why it has moved up?
No, not at all.
Okay, so it has moved up because when we are adjusting the sprints,
Yes.
we put our class sprint 1, right? What do we have here?
Class print 1.
So what that means is I've moved this particular ticket into
Okay.
so that's why it has moved up. And then I can adjust this and say this is 5. It will take me an extra 5 days to fix. I can say I can start my sprint. So if I want to start my sprint, it's going to ask me how long I want it to last for, how long this particular feature that we want to deploy, how long is it meant to last for. Is it going to be 2 weeks? Is it going to be 3 weeks? Or is it going to be 4 weeks? Or do we want to set a custom date, right? It's also going to ask us what our sprint goal is. So for here, we are going to say to deploy. So we'll say at the end of the sprint, we'll deploy the supervisor side of the portal, right? And then we are going to do 2 weeks to start by the 23rd and end on the 6th. And then if we click start, it's going to start. So once you click start, it takes you to this place, right? So to do, these are the things that needs to be done, right? And then once it has started moving, you go to in progress. You can move it to in progress, right? You can add other columns as well. You can say so you can say QA, right? Yeah, and then I can move this to this side, right? I can rename this to in development, right? Right, so to do in development QA and then done, right? I can also add another one to say deployed. Right, so to do in development, QA, done, and deploy. So as these tickets start to move, you get notifications as a project manager, as the Agile, as the Scrum Master and the Agile manager, as to, what has happened. So you can always make comments. If this one too moves, you can always make comments. And then once it's done, you see that this has been canceled. And that shows that it's done. So anytime you get on your Jira and you see that this has been canceled, it basically means that's done, right? So that's basically that's basically how to navigate your Jira board. So you have to do your development, your QA done. I mean, you can continue to tweak this as much as you like. You can sign up a free Jira account, and then you can play around with stuff so that you see, how to use Jira. So once you finish the sprint, it would ask you, do you want to complete the sprint? We said 2 weeks. So it tells us that we have 10 days left for this particular sprint. Our start date is today, and then our end date will be 24th of, sorry, 6th of January, 2024. And then, people will continue to work on it until it's time for the end of the sprint. During that period when, your engineers are working on it, there's usually what we call backlog grooming. I'm sure if you watched the last video, you see. So we call backlog grooming. Basically, this means that items that we want to put into another sprint, we'll start looking at them, we'll start fine-tuning them, we'll start checking them to see if there are any issues that we need to do, and then we start to work on them as is. Any questions so far, Tony?
No question.
All right. So yes, so I mean, your job as a project manager or as a Scrum Master is basically to make sure that the engineers are moving their tickets as are when due. If there are any issues, and then also to facilitate sprint planning, as also to facilitate sprint planning, right? And then backlog grooming. So in that process, what you are doing is everyone comes to class, everyone comes to the meeting, and then you're asking the product manager, okay, what do we want to do next? And then you're also asking the engineers, okay, do you think we can do this in 2 weeks? How long is this going to take, right? So, I mean, that's basically your job. You're facilitating, you're coaching, you're mentoring. And then whenever there's an issue along the line, maybe engineer A is having an issue with engineer B, it's your job to, come out and then resolve that issue, right? As a Scrum Master. The product owner will be the one to load all of these things into Jira, right? But your job is to make sure that whatever he has loaded is properly articulated, and then there's no ambiguity. So for example, as a supervisor or manager, I want to generate attendance reports for specific time periods or individuals. Why? So that I can analyze, excuse me, I can analyze attendance data for various purposes such as payroll and performance evaluation, geofencing for attendance. So basically, this is what the engineers will work on. They will now say, okay, how long will it take me 5 days? Will it take me 7 days? Will it take me 8 days to work on it? And then they put in their ticket here, right? And you continue you work with that until that engineer, gets it done. If it gets a new member added to the team, you go, I'm not sure why this, maybe it's because of the version. You get, there should be a place where you can add people. So you just add the necessary people. Yeah, so you can just add people. So, I mean, if you work on the same thing, you just add your name and then to ask you for your role. So if I say, Tommy here, and then they'll ask you for your role. Okay, I can't edit this. They'll ask you for a role, and then I just put that role, and then you'll be able to see tasks that are assigned to you, right? Yeah, so I mean that's basically how to use Jira for tracking projects and for tracking people as they walk along. So I mean, what I would advise you to do is just open a free. I'll send you the link. I'll drop the link here. Just open a free Jira board. I mean, so I can send you a few. What's it called? I can send you all of this, and then I mean, create it. Try to look at the story pointing. Assign the story points to it, and then move it around. Right. So that way you have an idea of what Jira looks like. So when you eventually move into all right, so yeah, so that's basically how to use Jira. It's pretty straightforward. It shouldn't I mean, but if you do have problems, opening one, I can create I can tell the school to add you to this, and then we can work on something together just to move things around so that you know how Jira works basically. And like I said, your job is facilitate sprint planning in the mornings. So the question usually is, let me pull that up again. So what did you do yesterday? What will you do today? And are there any blockers, right? So these are the questions you want to be asking at stand-ups. Stand-ups are usually 15 minutes, right? So these are the questions you want to ask at stand-ups on a daily basis, right? Any questions?
I'm good.
Fantastic. Yeah, so I mean, so I'll share this sizing with you as well, but this sizing is not one size fits all. What I mean is, I mean, if you get to work in another office and they will say this, you can with the team create your own sizing so that you do what works for you. But I can share this with everyone as well, with you as well, so that I mean you have an idea. So basically, this is agile as this project management, and then this is agile project management, being a scrum master as you go along. More than happy to to always answer your question, even outside the confines of the classroom, if you have any issues as you. I'm more than happy to also prep you for what's it called? Prep you for interviews, and then also for help putting agile skills into your CV as well, whenever you need it, right? So I'm always more than happy to help.
All right. Sorry. Good morning. All right.
Mr. Rahman, good
Yes,
morning,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir. So if we want to contact you, is your link
My
open
number is
on?
on the WhatsApp chat. It's on the WhatsApp channel, yes.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much.
You just drop me a WhatsApp message anytime. More than happy to help.
All
I
right, thank
can
you.
help if you share your CV with me for an Agile or Scrum Master. I can help fine tune as well, so that it's tuned towards that line.
All right. And do you guys also have a kind of a program where we can do like an internship or something?
I think the school is trying to plan something like that, but I'm sure once that is up and available, they'll share messages with everyone.
All right, thank you very much. All right.
I mean, so it can just be like a 2 weeks or 1 month project where you guys, see, how it's done, and then just create a pseudo project and basically, and see how it's done. Basically, it might not be a real life project, but it might just be, maybe I know your Ms. is working on something around 3 to 4 weeks, so that you see, like mentoring sessions to take you through, what tech is, the role you've decided to pick, and how you can transition to it. Help with CVs, help with monitoring, and help with interview preps as well.
All right, thank you. That'll be very awesome. Thank you very much.
Great. I can see that you sound tired already. Anyway, looks like you just got back from a shift.
Honestly, I came back, I set the alarm for like 1 hour sleep or something.
I can imagine.
The alarm rang, I didn't even know when I clicked the link or I did not.
I can imagine.
I just woke up again and I saw 10:22. I had to quickly join.
So, me, any questions? Thank you.
For now, no question. I'll just go through all the
Yes, the videos, the last videos, and just if you have any questions on the last videos, please send me a WhatsApp message. I'm more than happy to help out.
Okay, sir.
Great. All right. Compliments of the season, guys, and enjoy your Christmas.
And you too.
Oh, our class has ended.
Yes, today was it was just a walkthrough. I mean, 6 weeks is already complete.
Yes, I know. Okay, all right. Okay, no problem. All right.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll see the video and
Yes, yeah. I mean, so just if you have any questions, just drop me a message. I'll say hi so that you guys see my number on the channel. So
I won't use the opportunity of this holiday to even
just watch the videos. Exactly. Yeah. Great.
Thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Enjoyed your holidays.
And you too.
Okay, we will. Thank you very much. All right. Bye-bye.